Hello, good evening from Central News. 150 people have been led to safety from a train which became derailed this evening. No one was hurt in the accident, which happened near Stafford Station, but a short time before, vandals had thrown a brick at the train and smashed a window. Railtrack have already started an investigation.
2 hours after the derailment, and passengers were still being led to safety. 150 people were on board when the Birmingham to Manchester train, operated by Virgin, came off the track near Stafford Station. The engine and the second carriage were derailed. The train was travelling at about 15 miles an hour.
Well, it just was going very, very slow, and it juddered and swayed a bit, and then it stopped.
Put it this way, I'll never use a train again. Never. I'll use a bus.
It's emerged that a brick had been thrown at the train and smashed a window a short time before it was derailed. That happened near Wolverhampton. The investigation into the cause of the derailment is focusing on the condition of the track and the train.
I would say it's a major derailment because there's two lines blocked, but I mean that's a matter for the railway to say. But the early indications are that it would appear to be a technical or a mechanical failure rather than crime. But as I say, we're just keeping an open mind on that at the moment, and inquiries are ongoing.
As passengers boarded coaches to take them home, the investigation was already underway into how this train left the tracks.
3 people from the West Midlands have been killed in a bus crash in Australia. 4 others are seriously ill. The accident happened in a small town 30 miles from Perth in the west of the country. The holidaymakers from the West Midlands were travelling in a rented people carrier when the accident happened. Their vehicle collided with a lorry and was then dragged for 50 metres down the road, crushing the 7 people inside. Immediately after the accident, people in the area did what they could to help the passengers.
I don't think anyone could really understand what they were going through. Yeah, probably. I don't think when you see something like that, your body must just go into overdrive. And I just did what I did. Quite a few other people did what I did. Yeah. I just hope that they're all okay. You know? Absolutely. Pretty terrible.
The accident happened at 11 o'clock in the morning local time in the beach resort of Rockingham, which is 30 miles south of Perth. The 4 survivors had to be cut free from the wreckage and were taken to hospitals in Rockingham and the nearby town of Fremantle. 3 of them are in a critical condition. A 4th is seriously ill. The driver of the lorry was unhurt.
We won't speculate on any of the causes of the accident. I believe the truck driver has no serious injuries but is obviously shaken by the incident.
The Foreign Office has confirmed to Central News that the 7 Britons involved are all related and from the West Midlands. The people carrier was turning off the main road. An investigation is now underway to determine exactly what caused it. A man's appeared in court charged with murdering his mother, aunt and grandfather. The bodies of Susan, Lynn and Clifford Hall were found in the house in Potters Green area of Coventry. All had suffered head injuries. Stuart Hall was remanded in custody for 7 days. The former partner of a hospital doctor who died from drinking sulphuric acid has been given evidence in her murder trial. Andrew Gardner told Birmingham Crown Court that Nina Longay took the acid contained in a drain cleaner herself, but he didn't know why. He denies murder. A blind sportsman has broken his own powerboating world record. Steve Cunningham from Banbury set a new record of just over 71 miles an hour on Lake Windermere. That's only a couple of miles an hour slower than the record for sighted people for the same class of boat. And the Central News Midlands Share Index closed down by over 9 points at 833.85. Now, a black marble statue of Princess Diana, described by a local council leader as demonic, has run into more controversy. First, there was a problem about where it was going to be sited. Now the Home Office won't allow Diana's royal title to be put on the monument.
Cannock stonemasons had initially offered the £16,000 life-size statue to Walsall Borough Council. But after the leader of the council described it as demonic, the West Midlands Passenger Transport Authority stepped in. They offered it a home in the square outside Walsall's new bus station. But the Queen's permission is needed to put a royal title on a monument, and the Home Office has decided to recommend that this is refused.
No, it doesn't worry me at all, because as far as I'm concerned, it's a good piece, it's an impressive piece of public art. It's been given to the people of Walsall. I think people here are going to really appreciate it, and well, they all know what it's meant to be anyway, so what's the big deal with an inscription?
What started out as a simple tribute is quickly becoming one of the country's most contentious pieces of art.
Well, that's it from us. Our next news is at 6:10 tomorrow morning. For now, though, from the late team, have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Central Weather, sponsored by Stay Bright Windows and Conservatories. The clear choice in any weather.
Hi, temperatures low enough for a ground frost tonight, but by this time tomorrow it won't be the temperature you'll be complaining about, a bit of weather coming in. The rain arriving by 11s tomorrow, but it'll be afternoon when we all see the real stuff, some heavy rain expected, and that's going to last all afternoon, through the evening and through the bulk of the night. Quite an accumulation of water, so obviously the risk of local flooding. But things do improve through Saturday, sunny spells for all of us by the afternoon, and then a whole day of them on Sunday, so the coming weekend, not too bad. And that pleasant sort of autumnal weather is ours for a while, so it's just the next 24 hours that isn't exactly the pleasant sort of autumnal weather. Some very wet weather coming in tomorrow afternoon. If you're driving, take it easy on the roads. If you're walking, don't forget your brolly. Bye-bye.
The new Central 10-day weather line, 09063 66 60 66.